Hello, I'm Luke Neller and welcome to Best Few Plays of the Week. In this episode we have a scout with no time to waste, Bat brothers in arms, and a pattern who's too much for a teammate to handle. This should be good. Let's begin with a scouting display from the European region, featuring Morpheus der Skalpka Kazna in command of a Cromwell B. As is common for scout games, the scene is Prokhorovka, bottom tier it looks like. Morpheus starts with traditional donuts on the center ridge, before stopping to punch out a rival scout. A few more shots and back to active scouting. For a moment there's a proper exchange of fire, but the Cromwell's gun just isn't up to the task. Yeah, this isn't going to work. Now Morpheus does carry quite a few APCR shells, but none have been used so far. Maybe it's just more of a challenge without them. In other news, accuracy on the move is horrible. Not that it matters really, as it's the teammates who do the damage. We're less than 4 minutes into the game, but the Reds are already on the ropes. Morpheus swoops on the remaining stragglers like a slightly nearsighted bird of prey. Most of the shells miss, but the spotting work is what matters. Okay, let's wrap this up. And naturally, the kill goes to somebody else. Oh well. At 4 minutes and 28 seconds, that was one of the shortest games we've had on the show. Morpheus still managed to do some damage, as well as racking up an impressive 7.6k in assistance. Nicely done. Moving on, we have a pair of Bataillon 25 teams, fighting as brothers in arms. The siblings in question are Q to the Face and Kharkov, who fight at Westfield on a European server. Splitting up right away, Kharkov pushes hard for the eastern edge, while Q to the Face stays back to keep an eye on the central valley, and to provide fire support. As it happens, it's Face who scores the first kill for the platoon. Kharkov gets into the action as well, by putting a shell into an RU-251. It tries to run, but our hunter isn't going to let it get away. Face's reload completes just in time to help destroy the Leopard prototype. Climbing up from the valley earns Face a shell to the face. A hasty retreat and a med pack later, it's payback time. Of course, the real culprit was a 103-0, which escapes unharmed for now. As the left flank collapses, Face races back to claim a sniping position, just in time to clip down a would-be capper. Kharkov redeploys to the east as well, taking out a pair of foes in quick succession. So as not to be outdone, Q to the Face challenges a WZ-11114 into a face-off. It's a good effort, but a bounce shot means that the heavy won't be killed just yet. Both bats are on reload, but with Kharkov racing towards the scene for backup, you almost have to feel sorry for the poor thing. That even up the game. 2 more shots from Kharkov, and the home team takes a 3 versus 2 lead. Things aren't quite as rosy as they might seem by the numbers though. The remaining foes are the heaviest and toughest machines in the game. Do the bats even have enough ammo to finish this? Kharkov starts the assault in the Type 5, but the results are pretty dire. Still, it worked as a distraction as Face charges into close combat. Caught between the hammer and the anvil, even the Japanese behemoth doesn't stand a chance. That just leaves the mouse, but chewing through those armor plates may prove quite a challenge. As feared, the monster shrugs off everything Kharkov and the SPG can throw at it. Q to the Face charges in, but their remaining shells bounce off as well. Face may be down to harsh language and dirty looks, but Kharkov and the SPG are still armed and dangerous. That could have gone better. Killing the mouse may be down to the arty. Or maybe not. In theory, Kharkov could kill it with the remaining shells. but just in case, yeah, better start the cap. Face starts the timer. Now, Kharkov and the SPG just need to keep the mouse busy for 100 seconds. Nice, that will definitely help. The mouse falls back, but it looks like it doesn't dare go after the capper. It seems that the SPG wants to try a shotgun charge. Kharkov opens fire on the distracted foe, but the last heat shell fails to penetrate. The battered mouse smokes one of our champions, prolonging the match for a few seconds. It doesn't change the outcome though, the game is won. Nice work, Q to the face and Kharkov. Both of you did well when it comes to kills and damage, but more importantly, that was solid teamwork with good tactics. Let's stay on the EU servers for another game. Our defender's name makes me want to put them through a capture test. How about it, 2F4T2Fly? Can you prove you're not a spam bot? AI or not, they command an IML-1 in an encounter on Ihaluf. Most of the team head for the northwestern choke point, where 2Fly takes the vanguard position. Right away, we can see this defender means business. The first round of shells promises serious carnage. And after the reload, we get another demonstration of deadly Swedish gunnery. The battle rages on, with roughly equal losses on both sides. When a pair of thick-skinned ohos arrive, 2Fly needs to swap in some fancier ammo. That worked, but it seems like the position is being overrun. This should be far enough, and that's as far as you get as well. The others seem to be heading towards the capture zone. So it's defender time! Of course, this being an IML, defender time comes with long reload breaks. But with a full magazine, it's pretty satisfying. The capture siren has been howling for a while now, so 2Fly heads over to sort it out. For some reason, the capper isn't too keen to stand and fight. No matter, there are plenty of targets. After another reload, it will be high time to reset the capture again. 2Fly just needs to get past this surprisingly stubborn VK first. Okay, defender, let's see you reset this with a single shot. Nicely done. It looks like our champion is done with sniping as the IML charges right into the circle. There's no capture points for you. Let's take a peek. There's one, and there's the other. And look, the Ferdinand has decided to join in. With the 30 for a distraction, this is almost too easy. See what I mean? But still, nicely done. Its enemies vanquished, the IML climbs onto the highest point of the circle, striking its best Lion King pose. Alas, the last red doesn't dare to contest the capture, so the game is over. Well played, 2F4T2Fly, if that is your real name. 8 kills is impressive on its own, and with this kind of matchmaking. Also, that decapped rush in the end was done with style. That's enough from the European region. Let's hop over to the land of the free for a crucial contribution by XZ Insanity ZX. It's a perfect day on Sand River, perfect for taking the pattern out for a drive. Sightseeing can get boring, of course, but that's why this thing comes equipped with a cannon. Somebody fires back, turning the Sunday drive into a battle. Insanity is happily blinking away when a T-29 pops up barely 50 meters away. A rousing game of peek-a-boom follows, ending when the heavy backs away to lick its wounds. Oh well, back to target practice. A friendly M103 is in a bit of a pickle. Insanity tries to help, but it turns into a comedy number. At least this T-49 isn't getting away, even if it means wasting an APCR shell. The last high-penetration shell finds a more appropriate target. Although it turns out regular AP works just fine as well. At this point, Insanity has been ruling a bit too hard for a teammate to handle. 5 kills with cheats apparently. Shocking. With unrealistic accuracy no less. Insanity needs to wrap this up before this new reputation goes to the gunner's head. 1 shot, 1 kill. Beautiful. Let's take a look at those numbers. Funnily enough, XZ Insanity ZX's accuracy isn't that great, but the damage is truly impressive. It's probably a compliment when you carry so hard a teammate thinks you must be cheating. We have reached the season finale, for which we'll head back to the European cluster. The theme is Top Gun, delivered at Erlenberg by the appropriately named Turbo McKick Assington. Turbo's chariot is the T-71, a tank which is as cute as it is fast. Right, who wants some? Turbo stays to fire off a couple of magazines, scoring a few more hits. As always, it's best to know when you're starting to overstay your welcome. Okay, I'm going. Jeez. Wow, I'm guessing you should have left a little earlier, actually. The people on this flank haven't done anything. But Turbo takes it out on them anyway. There should be an 88 somewhere here, probably laying in ambush. Turnaround is fair play, as the saying goes. Yikes! But with a KV-2's reload, there's no need to run away now. The fight is pretty one-sided, but Turbo should still hurry before that happens. Well, a medkit sorts out the stun, and there's a little bonus hidden in the bushes here. Turbo turns around, only to find the last friendly in serious trouble. Unfortunately, there's nothing to be done. The T-71 will have to go through the remaining 7 on its own. Better get started. Turbo cuts down one and damages another before running away to reload. With this many foes, there's no point in going back to finish off the OI. But don't worry, it'll get what's coming to it. Maybe you don't want to go there just yet? Not before finishing off its little brother and doing a reload, that's it. Actually, you know what? It can wait. There's a capper in the circle who probably thinks they're getting away with it. How about you? Patience, OI, your time will come. There's still something that needs to be done first. Namely, this thing here. That's 12 kills. 9 shells should be enough to finish off the OI, right? Only one way to find out. The big lump has entered the capture zone. There would be an opportunity to fire, but fighting out in the open would be too risky. The next opening isn't much better either. When Turbo does finally go for it, the long flight time allows the heavy to dodge a shot. This should be finished at close range, but how does one cross that bridge without dying? All it takes is a single mistake from the foe. Turbo McKick Assington does what it says in the tin, charging across and delivering one final kick. 13 kills, and with a light tank no less. Turbo has made the McKick Assingtons proud with this display. Just feast your eye on that row of medals, basking in their reflected glory. That's all for this episode, as well as this season. We'll take a little break, digging into some extra rations and our case of cola. Don't worry though, we'll be back before you know it, better than ever. I'm Luke Nalla, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.